Empire to take Wallachia because it was his birthright. And then he took Wallachia and then immediately started crashing out on the Ottoman Empire. Managed to become so brutal that the Ottomans legitimately believed that they were fighting it. Yes, yes, the Impaler stuff is 100% true. That all of that is 100% true. He did do a lot of that. And yes, he is the inspiration of Vlad Dracula. The same way that Audie Murphy caused, not the start of Captain America, it started before, but did relaunch Captain America because Audie Murphy and Captain America kind of had a similar. Vlad Dracula goes in Chad. I am going to put him in Chad. I think that's a fair thing. Julius Caesar. Brother Julius Caesar laid the foundation for the greatest empire the world has ever known, that being the Roman Empire. And the only one that you can debate on top of that would be the Mongol Empire for terms of the land empire, and the British Empire for terms of how far expanded. But the Roman Empire predates both of those, so you got to give it some unstatus, unfavoritism. So you got to put Roman Empire up. But Julius Caesar, in terms of everything that he was able to do, that had literally taken an army host that, maybe wasn't as big as like some of the other ones that he was facing, but being such a great tactician that even in his years of going into his 30s and 40s was able to lay the foundation for what would become the Roman Empire. However, he was also a theater kid. That does kind of lose you out in some points. Julius Caesar, I am not kidding you, was such a theater kid that one of his last things that he said was literally a theater kid line to Brutus after he got stabbed by all of his homies. And Julius Caesar, okay, and maybe Julius was one of the first people to master the art of horror farming, and that's why he spoke the way that he did. But does that not kind of come off as he's trying a little bit too hard? But he's going to go pretty high. The fact is you got to put Julius Caesar high. I'm putting Julius Caesar in Giga Chat status, but does come a point where he starts hitting me with some. He's trying too hard. That I do kind of have to put it in Giga Chat. But be a Chad in the same way that King Leonidas is, bro. He just was bantering. I'm putting it right there. Fidel Castro. Listen, Fidel Castro. As an American, we do not like the guy. It's not a good dude. America did kind of cause the rise of Fidel Castro because he did support a dictator that was not good for the people of Cuba. And Fidel was able to get support because he was the better option for the people of Cuba. And then he turned out to be just as bad for, again, the people of Cuba. America has a very weird relationship with Cuba. I'm just going to be honest with you. It has never been that good. No joke, bro, to give you an idea of how bad it was. Obama was one of the first presidents to actually go to the country of Cuba. And before that, it was JFK. That's how crazy that was. Obama, it was JFK and then Obama. That's how crazy that was. So, we've always had a tough relationship with Cuba. But Fidel Castro, where I do got to give him some chat points, is this man has 200 attempts on his life from the U.S. and then still traveled to the U.S. and took a picture in front of the White House with a newspaper. I'm not kidding. Fidel Castro strolled up to the lawn of the White House, took a picture with a newspaper, and then sent it to him because he said, yeah, I know that they're trying to get me, but guess what? I can scroll into your room. Yeah, nah, bro. That's insane. There was a time we were actually able to recruit a former lover of his in order to go ice him. And then when they were alone, we told her, hey, this is your chance. Get rid of Fidel Castro. She ended up sleeping with him and then said, yeah, I just didn't know what got into me. He was just so irresistible. Brother, Fidel Castro had to be packing. He had to be a Chad. He had some cojones on him. Was he a good person? No. But all of these things can be true at the same time. I'm going to put him into semi-Chad. I will put him in the semi-Chad. That's my American bias right there. Genghis Khan, the accursed one, the punishment of God, universal ruler. Need I say more? I'm sorry. Genghis Khan took what was essentially a nomadic clan type of society from the steppe and conquered so much land that it became the largest land empire to ever live. This man expanded so far out of his borders that he was literally learning about new religions as he was moving. He was over here wait, what do you guys do? Oh, worship this. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, that's kind of cool, but all right. And then he went over here being so what do you worship? We worship this. And it's damn, man, what do you guys do? Well, we kind of worship a great yak in the sky, and that's kind of the afterlife. No joke. If you actually look into Tangerism, A lot of it is like basically Mongolian war. Brother, maybe the Viking like mentality actually works, bro. Dude, Genghis Khan laid the crazy foundation that his descendants started like making empires like Khazaria. You had Khotan Khan, you had Fatima, you had a whole bunch of stuff that was going on. Genghis Khan went on such a crazy war path that when they described going through in China, they had literal mountain like what looked like ice tipped mountains that were actually the bodies of all the people that Genghis Khan came in and absolutely smoked. Genghis Khan. And the number one, brother, imagine being the most famous thing to come out of your country. Genghis Khan goes into one of the Chads himself, no question. We all knew it was going to be that. And there you go. Those are the biggest Chads in history. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like these types of Chad videos, don't be afraid to like. Life as a child.
Smell of blood and gunpowder staining the air forever. A commander shoves a rust-spotted AK into your shaking hands. It's heavier than you are. Prove you're one of us, he says, jerking his chin toward your little brother. Sobbing in the dust, you freeze. He puts the barrel of his rifle against your brother's chest and wraps his calloused hand around yours, twirling your small fingers under the trigger. Do it, he whispers. His hand squeezes until yours obeys. The crackers shatter. The brother drops. It's over. Yours now is soldier. The first night is no sleep.
It was like a Apache backstreet. Not gonna lie, but this is a real thing that happens. Especially to get them like initiated in it. Like instead of just find like two innocent kids. Just off their parents and like, all right, you rely on this one. You can't rely on your parents anymore.
It's a blur of crying, shouting, and the smell of diesel clinging to your skin. They march you and a dozen other kids into the bush, barefoot, stumbling through thorny undergrowth that rips your legs open. Every step feels like it's punishing you for surviving. When dawn comes, you're lined up in a clearing. The commander walks down the road, eyes sharp as machetes. He points at the smallest boy, maybe 7, and shakes his head. Too weak. 2 men drag a child into the street. The screams echo for a minute.
What happens? Oh my fucking god. Bro, how evil can you be? That's the thing, bro. At least with criminals, bro, I feel like there's a level of morality. I mean, I guess there's it's definitely like a game where I'm going to like secure something. But like, bro, I saw a video, I don't know, they caught on video. There was some dad getting out with his daughter, right? His daughter's like, listen, they drove to some neighborhood, right? Bro, then these 3 big dudes come out of a car, bro, pointing them at the guy's head, like, bro, how sick you gotta be with the child there too. That is a different level of morals. There's like 4, at least 1 or 2 of them is gonna like forever regret that for what they do. I really think that, bro. It's not even like nowadays, bro, it's not like just walk around with like money in the pocket, like hundreds of dollars, bro. Like you're gonna get credit cards, people are gonna go online and you can't use them unless it was like a diamond chain or something. But like, yeah. But like a random person, how are you gonna predict a random person as like a diamond chain? Hey guys. Well, no, you shouldn't even do that. I'm just saying, comparing the 2 scenarios. Like you robbing a dad with his daughter there, bro, that's top tier. Your ass gonna set the hell beat. You're gonna be at Satan's gates in a snap. Also, matter if you're on the other side, if you feel guilty or wrong, you feel like you're protecting your life or wherever you are trying to fight and defend for it. That's enough for some people to kill other people in the war. Oh yeah, no, of course, bro. I mean, the same thing in war. Like, that's like the U.S. who went to like war. Dude, the North Korean soldiers don't know better. The military you have to kill them because they're fighting for them. That's the tragedy of war, bro. It's that.
Then nothing. Lesson 1. Weakness is death. Your turn. They shove the rifle into your arms. Its weight almost off. Not yet, the commander sneers. He pulls a knife from his belt and presses it into your palm. This is better. A villager is dragged forward, bound, and gagged. His face familiar. It's the man who used to give you mangoes at the market. He bleeds with his eyes, muffled sobs through the cloth. DeWitt, your stomach twists. Your hands shake. Your whispers. Wrong answer. A fist slams into your butt, knocking the air out. The The barrel presses against your temples, cold as betrayal. Survival makes the choice for you. You raise the knife. The world narrows to the sound of your own breath, ragged, frantic, then silence. Broken only with the thud of the body. Childhood dies a second time. They pat your back. They call you brother now, but the word tastes like ash. You wake each day to a chorus.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of reminding me of they're doing an initiation thing, bro. Rat initiations or whatever they call them at colleges is the weird shit. There'll be like different like rat traditions. Like they'll make them like do something, like show allegiance. Bro, and sometimes it just be some weird shit. I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes it'd be like nut on a cracker the person next to you has to eat or something like that. It just be weird shit. I'm like, yo, why is we doing all this, bro? I don't know, maybe it's the religious side of me, but that should just be feeling the moment, bro. I just be seeing the videos of like grad like initiation. I'm just seeing genuinely just looks like
The executions. Some child caught trying to escape. Some villager accused of betrayal. Stop asking why. Your body becomes their project. They march you until your soul's cracked. Feed you scraps that barely keep your ribs from piercing skin. When you falter, the butt of the rifle corrects your spine. When you collapse, they drag you into the shade. Pour powder and liquid down your throat. Brown.
huh?
A mix of cocaine and gunpowder that sets your heart on fire.
What? What? How do they think of these methods? Somehow with torture methods, they always will just think of a new one that's more. Well, I'm gonna imagine like they just lit it on fire. I mean, you would literally just explode.
It burns away the
Even
fear.
the purpose.
Suddenly you're not starving. Torture. Suddenly you're invincible. At least that they want you to believe. At night, the real ritual begins. They paint ash across your face, force you to kneel before the commander. You lift some machete above your head like the priest blessing a disciple. The army is your mother. The army is your father. The army.
Any group that would make me do this, like I'm not counting this beta group or whatever, but anything, any group if I have to join in something like this, I'm gonna be this. It just seems so weird, bro. It seems like as a human, bro, you're trying to act like God.
It's your blood. You repeat it again and again
Either
until the words bleed into your bones. Your name is forbidden. It's too dangerous, too human. They give you a new one, sharp and violent. A name meant for killing. Your old name fades like a
Thrasher.
dream you're not allowed to remember. And in the back of your mind, you recall stories of Spartan boys whipped until they stopped crying. Janissaries stripped from their villages and given new names. You used to think that was ancient cruelty. Now it's your daily reality. Different centuries, same nightmare. One night they hand you a box. Inside,
It's crazy to me too how like slowly they deteriorate people. Like there could be a kid, like an instant kid that just started like acting and then intervening with the person that hits other people. It's so, and it's not like you can escape your brain, especially in a third world country. You have less internet access. You're absolutely
hide the severed hand of a man accused of desertion. You're ordered to wear it on a string around your neck as a lesson. The smell of rot clings to you for days. By the time they let you bury it, you're already numb. Numb enough to shoot, numb enough to smile, cry, kill when told, numb enough to survive. The day arrives without warning. Dawn breaks red, smoke curling above a village ahead. The commanders urge you forward, rifles raised, machetes gleaming. Your heart hammers so hard that you feel it in your feet. The village looks like your own mistake. Goats tethered by clay huts, women pounding grain, the children chasing.
Damn, they're rating it. Yo, isn't it crazy this is how pirates used to be moving back in the day? This is what you see in One Piece now, but pirates really used to be pulling up. Doing your shit. Burning down the village.
Being a ball of rags. They don't see you until it's too late. Then chaos erupts. Screams, flames. Go! The commander shouts, shoving you into the fray.
Like, no
Your
fucks?
rifle feels like an anchor in your hands. With a trigger's just a finger away. He breathes. A boy your age bolts from the doorway, eyes wide with the same terror you feel. For a split second, you see yourself reflected there, barefoot, innocent, unarmed. Shoot! The commander snarls. The barrel of his own rifle presses between your shoulder blades. Instinct takes over. You squeeze the trigger.
No!
Hits your shoulder. The boy falls. The sound echoes louder than the gun.
Wait, why did they recruit him?
Fire around you. The whole scene runs in slow motion before you. You stumble forward, ears ringing.
Done seeing what's happening. Look at that. She is just staying back up for a second. Wow. That is sad. And that's her life. So we got all kinds of footage of homeless people and drug addicts doing all kinds of stuff in Phoenix. I had to blur a lot of it out or take it out. YouTube has started cracking down on drug use on videos, and they're putting it on restricted mode. Anyway, all the good stuff I can't show, but I can say we shot a lot of this type of stuff in Phoenix. They have the same problems here, just like everybody else has on the West Coast. That's a look at some of the worst stuff that we saw in Phoenix. If they would just clean some of this up, Phoenix would be a good place. But right now, they're not. And that's the way I decided to start the video. Now, believe it or not, this was actually my first time in Phoenix. I had been through a few times, but I've never really stopped before. I think it's the last big city in the U.S. that I haven't been to. We came here because everybody else has. 700,000 people have moved to this area in the last 10 years. Maricopa County is now the second biggest county in the country outside of California. Phoenix is now the 5th largest city in the country. So here you go. Oh, Phoenix. It's a big giant city and it's not a lot of fun. Downtown Phoenix in the afternoon. Wonderful. JK. It's pretty average. It's not that exciting. But there's enough for everybody to do here. I'll tell you what, there's a ton of opportunity here. A lot of jobs. Engineering, aerospace. But you talk to people around here and they'll tell you it's getting way too crowded, way too expensive, and it's too damn hot. And there's no water. I'm going to show you pretty much the entire Phoenix metro area, and I'm going to show you what this place is all about. We're going to begin right here in Phoenix proper. and we're going to see a lot of the other burbs too. Mesa, Chandler, Gilbert, all of them. Now, I talked to a lot of people who live in Phoenix, and a lot of them came from California. I said, what's Phoenix like? And they're like, it's okay, better than LA. There really isn't a lot of culture here, Nick. Everyone's from somewhere else. There's no community. We're in it together. I mean, I'm here, it's fine, kind of over it. I don't know where else I'll go, though. Let's see how those people live right now. The middle class. It's actually really nice. Yes. The middle class. It's actually really nice. Yes. Kind of like this better than the giant houses with rocks in it. Then we have the middle class Phoenix. I'm reporting like it's a super big deal here with my microphone. This is how the middle class of Phoenix lives. It's actually a really nice area. We've been driving around the neighborhoods of Phoenix for about an hour and I actually like it a lot more than I thought I would. But it is expensive here now. 10 years ago in Phoenix, you can get an apartment for $750. You can get a house for $225. This stuff up here, even in middle class land, is $500,000 anymore. People that got in, and the people that are shut out are shut out. And it's like that all over the area. Super expensive now in Phoenix. But Phoenix is actually the most delisted city in the country right now. More people took their houses off the market here in Phoenix than anywhere else in the country. Houses just aren't selling here like they used to. Interest rates, nobody's selling. It was the biggest bubble, and the bubble is sort of popped. So all of the people that are here right now got in, but it is not. And I forgot what I was going to say. The California exodus is slowed dramatically here in Phoenix. Not as many people moving. It's stagnant. I think I said that again. But as you can see, it's just a wonderful little quiet, sleepy, middle-class neighborhood in Phoenix that I actually really do like more than I thought I would, except for the fact that it's 102 degrees and it's not even noon. Okay. I don't think people move to Phoenix for the neighborliness. I was told the vibe is kind of standoffish. It's a little isolated. Everybody's running around trying to survive, just like they did back home in California. Gotta pay the bills, damn it. But here they're less busy and less broke, sort of. It's the first time we came from the North End where it's not bad. It was just getting to McDowell, and sure enough, trouble starts. Have a blessed day, neighbors. Looks like this part's been kind of taken over a little bit. It's pretty typical though. Oh, drama. Someone's in trouble at the park. And we've got this is the cheap side of town. Still not affordable for a lot of people anymore. This used to be super affordable, and even this part of town's not for a lot of these people. All right, so here's what the cheap side of Phoenix looks like. Even houses in here are in the 300,000s now. Yeah, it was former hood in California. That's pretty sad that $300,000 is a little starter home, but that's the state of America. That's our housing market.
The real estate here is not as bad as LA, of course, but it's bad. I mean, my house that I bought in 2016 is almost quadrupled in price. And why? You know,
Everybody wanted to leave California.
yeah.
Hmm.
You got your crackheads outside Circle K. Pretty typical. Poor Circle K.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like they just love Circle K. If you were to just pick me up and set me down right here, it's like they just love Circle K. If you were to just pick me up and set me down right here, I'd probably think I was in San Bernardino.
Mm.
Completely stop. Yeah. Stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just completely stop. Yeah, go. Go.
I can't.
Stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just completely stop. Yeah, go. Stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just completely stop. Yeah, go. Go.
I can't.
She's fine. She's not coming. Downtown Phoenix is not very busy. I'm not complaining. It's 107 degrees. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday. And it's really not really a lot going on. There's a little bit of homeless stuff down here, but it's actually really not that bad. It's probably one of those things I just tell them you can't be downtown. This is downtown. They've done a really good job at downtown. Even in like the little park areas, there's just a couple people. They might just be regular hanger-outers. So good job, Phoenix, for at least making your downtown somewhat normal. There you go, downtown Phoenix. I actually like Phoenix more than I thought I would.
Ah.
Not as lame. I don't know.
Ah.
Picture.
Ahem. Ahem.
When you